Paragraph 18 is for any addendums or any clauses you want to put in the contract. If you got an addendum, you put C addendum in paragraph 18. And the rest of it is just signature blocks down here and places for commission if there's commission involved. However, down here below the signature lines, it calls for whoever receives the earnest money deposit to sign and say they got the earnest money deposit. Basically, this is a receipt that they received their deposit. You should get the seller to sign that. If you're sitting in the house, get them to sign that so that they've agreed that they've got your deposit, so they can't come back and say you didn't give them a deposit, so this contract is null and void. If you're selling a house, your lender is going to want that signed, or they're not going to process the loan until you sign that saying you got the deposit. You're selling at retail. Okay, any questions on them contracts? Always give a deposit to a seller. If I'm sitting in Amy's living room, it's $10. But I still want her to sign it. $500 is if I'm going through a realtor. And then, or $100, $500, and sometimes more. Okay? I still want the seller to sign that they got the deposit. Yes. Or the realtor to sign. In that case, the realtor will sign they got the deposit. Yes?
Take the property subject to, and the loan stays in the
seller's name. That's right.
The seller dies. Does that send up a red flag?
No. To who? To who? If you're making payments to the mortgage company, they could care less. Every once in a while, one of them will get a hair up their butt. No. Of all the properties that I've bought and taken loan subjects to, I've only had one instance where a Fannie Mae lender thought they wanted to call the loan due. And they call me up and they say, Mr. LeGrand, we understand you've bought the property. I said, that's correct. I don't hide it from them. I don't hide it from them. In fact, I just love challenging them. Because I know my rights, you see. They don't bluff me. They're great at bluffing you. And that's what they attempted to do. I said, that's right, I bought it. And they said, well, we need you to come down and assume the loan. I said, no, thank you. I said, I didn't agree to assume the loan, and I'm not going to come down and assume it. I'll continue making payments on it, but I'm not going to come down and personally qualify and assume the loan. And they say, well, we'll have to call the loan due. I say, well, you're sure that's what you want to do? I've just said that I've agreed to make the payments, and I'll be glad to do that. You'll give me the address to where I should send them, or you can call the loan due if that's what you want to do. And they say, well, we'll have to call it due. I'll check with my attorney, and we'll have to call it due. I said, okay, well, let me know. And about a week later, they called me back and said, yeah, we're going to have to call the loan due unless you come down and agree and assume it. And I said, well, okay. I said, it looks to me like we've got two choices here. I can either send you the payments and you can receive them, or you can call the loan due and own the property. And the truth is, I just do not make you the payments anyway. So if you don't want them, be sure and let me know. And they say, well, bank rules are we have to call a loan due. I said, okay, go ahead. Let me know if you change your mind. They filed foreclosure. Now, of course, they're not coming after me personally, are they? I didn't sign no note to anybody. I don't own the property. My trust owns the property. My name's not even in the foreclosure suit, right? They file foreclosure, and I get these foreclosure papers. About 2 months later, they contact me and they say, Mr. LeGrand, we're in foreclosure. Will you come down and assume the loan? I said, no. I said, a couple of months ago, I gave you a choice. I said, I'll either make the payments and keep them current, or you can foreclose on the property and own the house. And it looks to me like you made your choice. However, that offer still stands. If you want me to make the payments current, I'll be glad to do it. However, if it goes another month, I probably won't want to be glad to do it. And by the way, I can't guarantee you what kind of condition this house is going to be in when you get it back. 3 days later, I got a notice that they stopped the foreclosure process if I'll come down and make the payments current. And I did. And they stopped the foreclosure process. And they even ate their own attorney's fees.
Why did you have to go down there to make it current?
I didn't. They just sent me an agreement, I signed it and sent the payments with it, and they stopped it. I said, I'll make these payments on condition that you stop the foreclosure. And they did. If they give me an agreement, they have to live by that agreement, or I really got them. And they stopped foreclosure. And I made payments on that house for about 2 years before I sold it. Had a tenant in it and so forth. That's the only time. And I called their bluff and they lost. Because I knew they would lose. You see, there was no way they could win. Because I didn't have anything to lose. And when you put yourself in a position where you don't have anything to lose, I'm telling you folks, it's hard to lose. Many times they've called me and bluffed me, but quickly backed down when they found out that I wasn't some dumb schmuck that they were going to dictate to. So don't worry about doing sales clauses. However, if you went down and originated your note personally, are you in a different leveraged position? Huh? Yes. If you originate a note personally and they want to get nasty with you, you got more at risk because they will be suing you personally and coming after the property as well if they want to do that. More reason not to go down to the bank and borrow money. On the other hand, the quicker you figure out that if you don't own anything, they can't get anything, the less that's going to matter to you.